Hello and welcome to episode 107 of the First and Goal podcast. I am Ben Roberts, joined by Sim Longa and friend Sterling Carter. Gentlemen, how are we doing this evening?
Good,
I'm
good.
great and never better.
Lots of excitement, I can tell. Um, let's jump right into it as we got, quite a lot to talk about as some news that's kind of happened here recently within the university hiring a new AD. But before we go too deep into that, let's talk about the trip out to Canada. The Boilermakers go 4-0 honestly, that's kind of what we all thought. They won pretty handily in all the games. Lots to break down with that, but before we kind of dive into it too deep, just want to give a quick shout out, man. Sterling, your first collegiate game under your belt. And not only that, man, but you get to do it out west near your hometown. Just kind of to talk about how neat that was and kind of that experience.
To be honest, it was really cool. I don't know. It didn't really hit me. Um, like I thought it would. And maybe it won't until the season until we have the real atmosphere. But it was really cool. My dad and my uncle got to show up and support, and some of the players' families was there, so it was really cool. I enjoyed it. It was the first of many to come. I hope. And yeah, man, it was really eye opening and humbling, and so many feelings in that moment.
Sure.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I was dope, man. I was dope. I didn't like I said, didn't realize that your dad was out there until like you posted that photo, and I was like, oh snap. So that's
Yeah,
dope. Like being able to share moments like that with the family is always good, man. Especially when the people like were supporting you the most. So that was dope.
yeah, man. Having him there was like really like, especially with everything that he's going through right now with his health and stuff, and yeah, it was really touching, and I was just grateful, that I was able to even do that and be a part of the program, to be there to see him, and him to get to see us play, and he was excited, and yeah, it was really good, man.
See us play well too. So
Yeah, for sure.
all right. Last thing you needed is some stressor of a game. So,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like some last
I
minute stuff.
don't
Like
I
no,
don't think it would have went it wouldn't have went so well, but yeah.
right. I'm like, Daddy, don't look at me. Oh, don't look at me.
Yeah.
The worst side of me. Oh man. Oh, oh.
But yeah, so let's talk about kind of some takeaways, and obviously, Sterling, you can probably kind of speak to it more than we can, as we, kind of had some limited access as far as like streaming and stuff like that. Obviously, you were right there. You were kind of in the thick of everything. The one thing kind of that really stood to me, and Sim and I talked about this on the last episode, but like the amount of kind of playmakers that we have and guys that can do different things. Obviously, Antoine West kind of was like highlighting that, but multiple guys can get to the rim, multiple guys can, pull up with a jumper, multiple guys can shoot the three. Like, I don't know the time where Purdue has had so many um guys that can score in different ways, guys that can get to the basket, really 1 through 4, you can really offensively.
Well, it is very uh different for us to have so many guys that can create for others and create for themselves. But one thing you didn't talk about is our ability to guard on defense now at
I
a
was gonna,
higher rate.
yeah, that's what I
Um,
was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
we're quicker, we're faster, stronger, like at the guard position. And we're not really lacking. I don't think we're lacking too much size. I think Luke Ertl is our shortest guard at like 6'1", maybe. Um, and to me, like they all don't mind guarding. They want to guard. They want to guard the ball. They want to make sure their guy doesn't score. Like they all have a good attitude on the defensive end as well as the offensive end. And I think that's why it moves. It's gonna move so much smoother once this regular season comes around. Like, yeah, um, there was times this that in Canada where we had lapses and stuff like that, but I think once we're dialed in and really doing it every day, practicing every day, and getting familiar with what Coach Painter wants more than like the 8 weeks that we were here for the summer. I think it's gonna look so much better. But just to see the bits and pieces that we got to see, I think it's. I mean, people shouldn't be worried. Like everyone was talking about, oh, you guys are losing your top three producers or top four producers, whatever, with Braden Fletcher, TKR, and Oscar. But you guys, what they don't understand is we just got better defensively. So anytime a team gets better defensively, they have a better chance of being successful. Um, you know what I mean? And with the fact that how Antoine West plays, I tried to warn you guys, when I first got here, who my sleeper was gonna be, but
Yeah.
he showed you himself. Like he's a gym rat, man. That kid's in the gym 24/7. He never wants to come out. He's a team player. He's not like a selfish guy. He's very, very coachable. Um, and I'm excited for his future. He has 5 years to play at Purdue. So think about that.
Right. No, I
Um,
feel it.
Dylan, you've been hanging around paint too long because I'm trying to talk about offense, and the first thing you talk about is defense, man. Like, come on, man. We can score. We can score. Let's talk about some
yeah,
offense.
yeah, we definitely can score it. We have a great. I don't know if you guys got to check out Jacob Weber a lot, but that kid shoots the straps off the ball. Like
Yeah,
Flamethrower.
seriously,
yeah,
his shooting capability is with the best. He doesn't have to have the ball for more than 3 seconds before he releases it. Like it's going up.
yeah,
I was very impressed with Daniel as well. I mean, our team overall played very well as a unit. Individually, just Antoine, Daniel, Jakari, Cade. That's gonna be another sleeper. Cade Pierce is gonna be another sleeper, man. That kid. We have a little thing going on right now. Where if he doesn't get a poster in the game, then he owes me push-ups. I think it is. And if what is it? The other one? Oh, because we do this half court shot thing at practice every day, and Coach Painter makes the coaches shoot. So if I don't make any shots, I owe him 5 push-ups. So once the season starts, so I was on his head this when we were in Canada every game about because his athletic is he's super athletic, man. He's like, and I know you guys seen the dunk he had in Canada, but that's like not even that's nothing compared to what I've seen this dude do, man. Like he's super athletic, super strong. Like he just comes out of nowhere.
yeah.
It's like
No,
it's kind of crazy.
yeah. No, defensively, like I was gonna say, like I mean, I feel like yeah, I'm clearly more in lockstep with you and Paint than Ben is. Ben always like talk about offense, never talks about defense, whatever. Um, we got the tape to support it, but no, that's actually the thing I thought about. Like, yeah, it's like having all those guys who can clearly get busy offensively is great, but also it looked like like there are a lot of guys who not only I feel like not only are physically capable of guarding their guy, but I think guys who take pride in it, like who want to be able like to cut off their guys' water. Like obviously, yeah, you're talking about Antoine West, but you got Jakari, you got CJ, who obviously I think are known entities to most Purdue fans. But even Luke, like everyone seemed to take pride. And like, hell no, like I'm not letting my guy's not going, he's not gonna get his. And I think like I had to remind myself watching the first game of like, hey, it's only July, so like this isn't the finished product. So you were mentioning some times where it looked like it looked a little bit disjointed. And my thing was like, all right, but like by the time we get to October, November, when we've had more hours, more time, and like you said, like we're like okay, now we understand what we're doing. I just feel like there's such a high ceiling for what this team can do defensively, with not just guarding but also causing turnovers and wreaking havoc. And you think about like if this team is able to like to really be elite defensively, of what that can enable, what that can then lead to offensively, because it makes the game
Mhm.
easier. If your first pass of your fast break is because you turn the ball over. Now you're working, out of more odd man advantages. So yeah, that, and then obviously offensively, like you said with Jacob Weber, I wasn't aware. I knew he could shoot. I didn't know it was like that. I didn't
Yeah,
know it was like that. There were
he
you just
shoots
tap in the back,
he
bro.
shoots the leather off the ball,
Yeah,
and another thing too is we didn't have Enzo all Canada the whole
right,
Canada trip, so
right.
he's gonna bring a hard nosed edge to the game and rebound the hell out of the basketball. So it's a lot of pieces that still haven't gotten connected yet. Especially too with when Coach Penner lays out each player's role and what he needs from everybody. It's gonna symbolize everything and it's gonna make it look so much more organized. Right now, he's just trying to get a feel for what he has, what's out there, in my opinion. And just to allow the guys to enjoy, like, getting to finally play against somebody else, the Canada trip, and then it got allowed the guys to bond and do stuff that they've never done and with each other, and it was a really good experience, man. I think that I had a lot of fun myself, just watching. Like I'm not a guy of many words when I'm coaching there, at least, because I want to learn as much as I can before my time is up, or before I move into the next role. Um and I'm just excited, man. I got some of the greatest coaches to learn from. Coach Painter, obviously. Coach Lusk is a great guy. PJ Thompson, great guy. Me and him are really close. You got Kenny Lowe's back, defensive minded guy. Like you just learn. Coach Brantley, who was there when I started when I was there. Guys like that, like, our whole staff is amazing. Even our video guy, Nick Taruso, like, just helping me learn different stuff. About video and cutting, film for the coaches, etc. Like, everybody is like so helpful, and that's how the team functions. The players function the same way. You sometimes you'll just hear the players talking about what needs to be done during practice on the floor. Like, it's amazing to me because it wasn't like that all the time when I was here playing. So the fact that he has the right guys that are willing to step up for each other and speak up for each other, speak to each other in a manner where you get an understanding. Like, I don't think I've heard anybody cuss at each other or want to fight each other all summer, and that's a first for me. Like, especially at the collegiate level, like, it's been all positive for me. So that's a good sign in my eyes, and I think we can just get better from this point forward. We put out a decent look in Canada in those 4 games, but we have so much more potential. Um, I did see an article that they got us finishing eighth in the Big Ten, something like that,
Okay,
seventh or eighth.
we'll keep receipts on that, and we will
Yeah, for sure.
we will circle back on that. I also think it was nice to see Riley Burgess play.
Yeah,
He'd been out all last year, and like there were some articles that had come out talking about like kind of his growth and development off of just being able to sit and watch the game, work obviously while he's rehabbing, getting his body right. And yeah, there's a lot. I think there's a lot of potential with this Purdue team, and I mean, if I try again, like I was talking about earlier, I found myself that first game, and then especially the second game, because the second game I was actually out in public, I was watching on my phone, and I found myself like getting antsy and whatnot, like it was a regular season. So I was like, for myself, like I
yeah.
knew even in the summer, I was still in mid-season form in terms of the way I got frustrated. So that's how I
That
knew.
second team we played, though, they've been playing together for a long time,
Hey,
and
you could tell, and
yeah, they
you
they
could
shot
tell it.
the hell out of the ball,
Oh,
which
you
was
could
which
tell.
was surprising because they took some tough ones. But
Yeah,
to me was great for us to
good.
to
Yeah,
have that battle in July. You know what I
right,
mean?
right.
Not
Because
every team in the Big Ten went on a trip, so they're not gonna have that. They don't know what it's like to go through battle with new guys. 5, 6 new guys
right,
went through battle together, and obviously we outlasted it. But just to be able to go through that in July to prepare for what's coming in October, November, December, January, February, March. You know what I mean?
right,
Like, it's a went through that, so now they have it on their mind. They got a taste of it early, so now they
right.
don't.
Yeah, because we're up like 20 something that game.
Yeah.
And I remember like I turned away because I was like, all right, cool. I can just like I don't need to watch this. Came back and they were only up like 5. And I was like,
Yep.
oh, okay. So like you said, like that experience in July to get that
Mhm.
with all those new guys of like, okay, look, guys, we gotta figure it out. We gotta figure it out because like you said, those situations they can and probably will arise at some time. And knowing how to stay together, learning that process of being, hey, look, even when it's not going well, guys, like we still got to make sure we're doing what we do and try to get back right, to salvage this thing. So
Exactly.
yeah, I thought there were a ton of positives to take out of a trip like this. Obviously, winning is always great, so that was nice. But yeah, I mean, for individual guys, for those guys as a unit, and as you mentioned, like just again, it's just another refresher in terms of like how the state of Purdue's program as a whole, not just the players, but obviously, within the coaching ranks and like every aspect, every facet of the program is just moving kind of in the same direction. And it's a reflection, obviously, of pain.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Real quick about Jacob Weber too. I don't know if you guys had the thought, but like I had to look a couple times and make sure the back of his jersey didn't say Roberts on it. Just because of the way that he was shooting, man. He was lighting it up. But Sterling, I wanted to ask you real quick too, like just to kind of give kind of the fans some insight, like on these trips, if you can talk a little bit about like what you guys did outside of the games, and kind of like the bonding and stuff that like went on and like how important that is, especially for a team like Purdue's that, has so many new parts, and has so many new guys in there. Like talk about that just a little bit and kind of how important you think that is to kind of build this team this year.
Well, what we did was we did a lot of like bonding like events like that. Like so we did the bridge in Canada that was like is I forgot what it's called, but it like moves, it sways, but it's like hundreds of feet up in the air. And I
No.
didn't do it. I
Yeah.
didn't do it
So
because I've done it. I've done it before, and I remember what it felt like. And so this time I sat out. Uh,
One and done.
yeah. One time for me, and that's it. But it was cool. Guys got to push each other through it. Coach Brantley was really afraid. During he went and then like got back, like he stepped on it, and it was like, no, I'm not doing it. And then before he left, he faced his fears and went all the way across and back. And he was. I mean, I was really proud of him that he was able to do it because man, when you see that bridge, it's scary, dude. And then it sways back and forth. People are going both directions. Some people are scared, some people aren't, and the people that aren't don't really care that the person next to them might be scared, so they might bump you on accident and
See,
keep it pushing. But I think that built a lot of team chemistry just because guys were seeing each other and happy for each other to do it. Some guys weren't into it, but they did it because the other guys did it. Like it was a lot. Like we did that. Some of the guys went zip lining. We stayed in this nice resort in Whistler, Canada. It was really really nice, and guys got to get out and hang out with each other, and it was really cool, man. It what that does for a team is it takes you out of the competing mindset and just makes you like look at the person for the person and not always about like, oh, I'm trying to take his job or I'm trying to, I want this, I want that, like, or I got to beat him out to do this. Like in those moments, it's like about, okay, this is my brother. This is who I'm going to war with. This is who, you know, I need to get to know on a different level. So it allows guys to get to know each other on another level, especially when guys are rooming with different people and stuff like that, sitting by different guys on the bus, like just little stuff, man. Who you go to breakfast with. Um, I got to hang out with Lance a lot more. We got to talk some stuff out and it made us closer and I got to sit and just kind of learn the game and what PJ's been doing since being a GA. Like just learning, man. Like it gives you a chance to learn people that you would have never had a chance to sit down and talk to because when you get back to campus and stuff, things start moving so fast. Like when we get back, you got school, you got class, you got all kind of stuff. You got to work out. Like it's a lot. So you don't really have time to do the things we were able to do on that trip, man. And that's why I think it's good for everybody to do it. Now they're making it to where you can do it every year if you want. But I was grateful that we got to do it, and I think it's gonna help us coming into the season, just because we do have 6 new guys.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
that's
dope.
great. That's great. I don't blame you on the bridge piece because I know for me, the only way that would have got me to do it is if like I had watched everybody else and then I would have had like a moment of like, all right, yeah, I got to do it. Because that's what like a few years ago I was at Zion National Park and I went to like doing Angels Landing and
Yeah,
I got a fear of heights, so I remember sitting there being like, I don't know if I'm gonna do it. I don't know if I'm gonna do it. And then my friend Cameo, she looked at me. She was like, "All right, let's go." And I was like, "Yeah, I gotta go now." Because like if I don't do it now, I'm not gonna. And I was glad that I did it. But yeah, that bridge, and especially you talking about people walking next to you and bumping you. Nah, yo.
bro, I kid you not. It's not like it's a bridge, but it's like wires, cables holding it up, and yeah, it's. I'm always thinking about like me as a younger uh employee at a job. Like I didn't really care as much. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's my lunch break. I might forget a screw. I might forget a nail. I might, like that's what I think about and stuff like that. Like this guy that built this probably had a bad day one of the days he was working on this and forgot a screw or a nail. And it's gonna be the day that I walk across it that something happens. Like it's not good to think like that, but that's like if I'm like nervous about it, yeah, I'm cool.
Yeah,
I
what
don't do roller coasters and stuff like that. I don't do none of that.
yeah, was it the Capilano suspension bridge? I
Yeah,
probably
that's what it is.
yeah. He said the
Nah.
quote of the day: "Anything is possible, Coach B."
Man. Yeah, Coach B made it happen, man. I'm proud of him.
Hey,
Yeah,
that's what it's about, man.
and say, man, that's what it is, man. Team bonding and on all levels.
Definitely. Everybody, I feel like everybody got to bond. The coaches, spouses, everybody was a part of it. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. I got a question for you. Did you by chance get to see like did you watch any of the rather did you hear about the announcer in the very first game?
I heard something about it, but I didn't hear him.
That the commentator for the first game he was electric. He kept
I
calling
heard he
Luke
was really
Girdle,
good.
bro. He's calling Luke Girdle, he's calling him Ertel. And then personally, my favorite part was at halftime. He was talking about basically, he's like, yo, he's like, make sure like, you have 15 minutes, you can go get yourself a drink, blah, blah, blah. Then he goes into this rant about Popeyes. And he's like, yo, he was like, need a Popeye sponsorship because you know what I'm saying? Like basically wanted Popeyes right then and there. And then he was like, look, Popeyes, it doesn't even have to be for the like for like a widespread sponsorship. You can just sponsor me. And I was like, I love man's in the middle of July, just trying to get trying to get it how he lived, trying to get that NIL deal. Um,
He will probably
he-
never have as many people on his stream or that
right,
live
right.
ever again.
Nah, look, man, you got to the
Hey,
answer to
but
the
I'm
question
not I'm not mad at him, man. I
right. I
definitely
would say no.
He was
It just made
dropping
me
Ric
laugh.
Flair's.
Yeah, yeah,
hey
he was
man,
He
trying
was
he was I heard somebody was telling me about it, but I don't remember who it was, but they said he was lighting it up, man.
he was nah, he
having a
was
time.
perfect. Like honestly, if he had commentated the other three games, like I without a doubt would have bought all three. I would have bought all three. Like he was dropping gems, man. He was
You had to
dropping.
pay for the games?
Mhm.
Yeah, I paid for no, not the first game was on YouTube for free. The second game, I believe like the next three, yeah, they're like I think you had to
Ten
pay.
bucks each.
Oh
Yeah,
wow, I had no idea. I was sending out the link and didn't even know it would cost.
yeah, that's how he was out here dipping in our pockets. That's crazy work,
My fault, man. I didn't even know.
Next time, give us the
I don't know, man.
password.
You could have gone live or something just so we could have watched it, man.
Yeah, from behind the bench would have been crazy. I would
You
have
should
lost
have
my
done
job.
it.
I would have lost my job before it started.
He's like, hey yo,
Oh,
yeah, we live here, yo, yeah. I go, wow.
Sterling, I wanted to ask you one other thing. You touched on it a little bit, but like for Purdue fans, obviously we didn't get a chance to see Enzo play on this trip, but like from what you've seen in practice and stuff, what can we expect from him? Because he seems like a dude who's gonna fit like perfectly kind of with what Coach Payne wants, and kind of with how this roster is built.
I think he's a guy who's gonna give us good energy and toughness, and rebounding ability, and defending. I think he's really a tough nosed guy. Um, so I think that's gonna help the team in so many ways. I think it's gonna rub off on some of the other bigs, and just that physicality that he comes with from playing in the EuroLeague. I think that's gonna help us a lot, man. And then to be playing against pros for the last 2 years, I think that is gonna elevate us as well. Because he's not gonna. I mean, the physicality is gonna be there, whether we have to tone him down or just let him play. Like it's gonna be there for sure. Like it's not something we have to focus on with him.
Right. Yeah. No, I'll say, yeah, that was a good point you mentioned earlier about how, like, in terms of what you saw with Purdue, like that was all those are 4 games and Enzo wasn't there. And so again, it's just like as he gets integrated, he gets more comfortable. Um, this team's gonna obviously look a lot different from like now versus what it'll look like, in October, November, and so on. So
Hmm.
yeah, that's yeah. I'm not gonna start. I'm damn sure I'm not thinking we're gonna finish eighth in the Big Ten, but like, yeah, I gotta try to get my hopes up too high.
Hey, just believe, brother. That's all I can tell you. Believe.
I will. I will. I will.
If
My
that if that sign in the back in your background means something to you, just believe. That's all I can tell you.
no, I will. Believe me, I will. Like I said, I tried to tell myself I wouldn't care about these games, and I was watching, and I was doing all the regular things. I was pacing. I was like, foul? No. What is this?
It's a
I
real
was,
fan, man.
yeah,
Real
of course.
fans care no matter what the month is or what season it is.
Yeah,
Real fans will always care about their team.
you're not wrong, but for my health, we just chill
Except for,
out.
except for if you're a Lakers fan or a Cowboys fan.
I am neither of those.
Okay, good.
Neither
Good,
of
good,
those.
good, good.
I don't even really like sports like that. Um, oh man. Um, Oh, I want to ask, what did you think of Omer while he was out there? Because I think that's like, his first time like being a starter and obviously having the ball in his hands a lot. Um, I felt like from game 1 to game 4, I felt like he got like I think he's a guy who benefited from not playing like playing against like different competition, not just like guys he knows.
Yeah, for sure. I think it after the first game, I think things slowed down for him. He got more
Right.
comfortable. Everybody had jitters in the first game, like especially the way we were subbing. Um, Normal game, he plays a little bit more, gives himself a little bit more time to,
Yeah.
get warmed up and mentally get prepared. But it I think he played really well. I think he led our team the right way. I think even on the bench, like talking to guys and helping guys through things. Like he's a very smart point guard. Um, so I think just with time and more repetition, I think he's going to be a hell of a player as well. And I think he's a good counter to him and Luke are good counters to each other.
Yeah,
Yeah, Luke
that's a
just
really
looks so
good point.
shifty, man. Luke looks so shifty.
Yeah.
Now I do need Omer to I need him on some of these fast break layups. I'm gonna need some of those to start being dunks. I need some of those start being dunks. He's too young to be out here laying the ball up. Yeah, like I get it. It's two
I
points,
think
2 points,
I
but I
think
just
in
need to
season I think in season he might turn it over.
I hope so. We can see a nice little windmill.
I don't know about that, but
Yeah, I say, yeah, I don't know about that, but just hey,
yeah.
a dunk's a dunk. But yeah, no, but I agree. I think that he had some jitters in that first game, but he got more comfortable with each game. And you're right too, like because they were the substitutions, at least in the first 2 games, for the most part, were just kind of like they were like wholesale substitutions. Like it was like
Like
line
Yeah.
caution
change, five
substitutes.
in, five out. Um,
Yeah.
so and then yeah, I think if you watch Purdue at all, you know that once you get to the regular season, like it's not going to be that kind of way. You're gonna have a guy or two come in, guy come out, like it's going to be more staggered. So getting used to that, I'm sure is not adjusting to that is probably not easy. because, like you said, you need more time to kind of get warm and get into the game. So,
Yeah, you got to get a rhythm.
right.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. What free
Well, I
shit?
don't know about you guys, but I am known for my my hopium. And this trip did nothing but kind of just get me just super more excited, man, because like you kind of hinted at, I feel like this team kind of slept on a little bit now. And I don't know if like playing that underdog role is kind of anything, that we're really going to use, but like a lot of people, I know it's early, but everybody's talking about Illinois, everybody's talking about Michigan State. Um, Not a lot of people are talking about us, and this trip did nothing but excite me more for the potential of this squad.
Ask yourself this, Ben. When have they ever talked about us out the gate? Think about that.
Well, I mean, we were ranked
Last year
number
we
one
were
to
number
start the
one
year
last
a
year.
couple of years ago.
We were
So
ranked number one last year, and we still didn't get that much press. And we were the number one team in the country.
yeah,
So now that I don't know what we're gonna be ranked going into the season. Who cares? Like to me, it's better to show people than people just give you something because of where you normally finish or whatever. Like the fact that we're picked eighth, cool, great. Are we gonna finish eighth? No, but hey, that's what they want to think. Then let them. It's a funny thing because everybody has to tie their shoes and step on the court the same way. Any given day, any given night, it could be somebody else's night. You know what I mean?
coach talk. I love it. I love the
You know what I
coach
mean?
talk.
But it's a 40-minute game for a reason.
Well,
You
they
right.
talked about us last year when we lost to Kentucky in the Natty. Remember that?
Oh yeah, the exhibition game. What are they gonna say this year about UConn? We'll see.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't wait for
We
that.
definitely in
Are
coach
they
mode
gonna
though. I
talk
like
about Ball State? What are they gonna say about Ball State? We're gonna lose that one too? Like
right,
it's exhibition, it's warm up, bro. We're warming up for the start.
right.
Talk to us on November 3rd. That's when you can have something to say.
That's fair.
We
You got me
play
fired up, coach.
we
You
play
got me
Gonzaga
fired up, coach.
November
I'm ready.
2nd. We play Gonzaga November 2nd. November 3rd. If you have some negative to say, I'll take all negativity. Don't even point it to Coach Painter or any of the other coaches. Just send it to me. I'll take it for him.
I guess we're gonna live stream on November 3rd. Then take questions live.
Live,
Hey,
live from Vegas.
go Instagram chat. We'll go Instagram chat live.
Instagram live on. I like it.
Yeah, we can actually, yeah, we should do that. We should go live on my Instagram or whoever's Instagram.
My God.
Hey, did you guys see that? I thought it was really cool. I didn't think I deserved it, but did you guys see the top 90 from Purdue everything?
Saw that. Yeah, I
I
saw
thought
that.
that was
I think they were doing
really,
like top 100, and I think you came
yeah.
yeah came in at 90. I was like, oh
I
snap!
think that's really cool, man. Like to be honest, I wasn't expecting that. Like I seen they had PJ at 100, which is I think is a little low, but just being on the list period for me was like I'm grateful. They could have made me 101 out of 100. I'm just it just hit me it just hit me like I was like wow.
Yeah, that's
Um
dope.
I think it speaks to the impact you made though in a year. I mean, I remember like the first time when we had John here and and you were talking about like your time at Purdue, and like having to like the sacrifices you had to make in terms of from where you come from to like when being with Purdue,
yeah,
and just kind of like having to pour into other guys and how your roles switched and whatnot. And I think it's one of those things like it again, and I think it shows kind of the guess you say like the IQ level of a good portion of Purdue fans who understand that like even though you weren't maybe like the leading scorer on the team, that you still very much so had an impact on the team and like in a positive way, even though it was just a year. So yeah, I mean like it was dope to see that, but like yeah, I just think for you it's just like it's probably just it's affirmation of like, yeah, you really did have like a big impact like during your time here, which I think also speaks to the fact that why you're back now. So
Yeah. And it's for me, it's like I don't think like I don't praise myself. So I don't like when I see stuff like that, it's like, wow, somebody actually cared to do that for me. Like, I'm about doing for others and pouring into other people. What I did was what I did when I did it. Like it's not my turn right now. It's this generation's turn. So my focus is always like trying to help them and better them and show them, the ways away from the mistakes that I made, if that makes sense. And so when
What
I
I need
seen
to
that,
know,
it kind of choked me up a little bit.
what I need to know is when you and PJ go 1-on-1, who wins?
First off, I'm not playing anybody one on one.
there you
Oh,
go.
come on,
There you
man.
go.
Come
Second,
on.
There you go.
second, second, we play. We played a couple times this summer. I got hurt the last time we played, so I
Oh,
haven't played. My cat, I had like, man, that was bad. My calves like started like cramping really bad, and I think I strained my calf. So I was like, I've been out for a minute. Like I just started feeling better like this week. Seriously.
I need you to stretch. I need
we
you to
need to know what
hydrate.
happens then next time,
Right.
man. Because
Yeah, PJ still can play a little bit, man. He can shoot that thing.
That's
Sasha too.
why. That's why we need that one on one. Roll up there.
Uh, I'm
Roll
not.
the
I'm
ball in
not
front
a.
of
I'm
y'all.
not a one. I'm not a one-on-one player anymore. Just
Yeah.
give me the ball in the corner. I'm gonna knock it down for you. That's it.
you got one spot,
Yeah, I'm a
huh?
corner. I'm a corner shooter now. I'm a PJ Tucker on every team.
And I respect it. There's a lane for that. There's a
Yeah,
lane for that.
like Lance to me should still be playing basketball somewhere. Like that kid is man still can fly.
Yeah, I've been seeing some of the footage, like of him practice, like defending, and I'm like, yeah, okay, like he pulling up to any pickup game. He's
Yeah, he can fly still. He still can fly. He's quick as lightning too.
nice.
That's cool.
Right.
Well, that's cool, man. I appreciate the insight as
Cool.
always, man. But let's switch gears a little bit. As some news has come out since the last time that we talked, and the Boilermakers have a new athletic director. And really, Sim, I know we'll kind of get into it, but like when we talked about what we wanted, or when I talked about what I wanted for a new athletic director, and I don't know if the hiring committee listened to the pod and like listened to me, but Tommy McKellen, like he checks all of the boxes of kind of what we really wanted outside of the university, younger guy, and a big time experience with NIL and revenue. Um, Prior to this role, he was the director of athletics at Rice University. And then before that, he was at Vanderbilt, Louisiana Tech, and McNeese State. And he's built those programs up and gotten money for stadium renovations, generated big time money at all of those universities. And, you know, obviously we don't know what the future holds, but on August 6, 2026, I think it's hard not to be excited about this hire and, what the potential he can bring, specifically talking about NIL and revenue.
Yeah, no, I like the revenue. Yeah, the NIL revenue piece, I think, is probably the part that sticks out the most in terms of what he's been able to do, and the fact that you mentioned some of the schools he's been at prior, McNeese State, Vanderbilt, and then obviously and then Rice most recently. So he's been in different situations in terms of not necessarily like, oh well, he's only been at these schools that have like these like robust alumni bases to where like it's easier per se to raise that money. I mean, to be able, I think they said it was like 3 million he was able to raise at McNeese State. Obviously, it was 300 million. He was part of helping fundraise at Vanderbilt. when you see that type of activity, that like that and that type of, I guess for lack of better words, production. That's something that you do get excited about in terms of what he'd be able to do here in West Lafayette. I think with despite his age, to me, I look at that more as like he can be around for a while. He can be around for a while and really be able to have his fingerprints and of improvement across across all sports and all programs. Like in this day and age, the ability to fundraise, the ability to be able to galvanize support is really really important, and he seems to have a track record of doing so. And like you said, reaching outside of the program, I don't think it's ever a bad thing to go outside of the program if there's somebody who you see has been doing good work kind of behind the scenes, and you understand that, hey, look, if we give them this position, they have the opportunity to really on a bigger stage be able to kind of replicate that same thing. So I mean, it's like you said, the like we'll know whether or not this works or not, obviously, in time. Time's always the ultimate judge. I mean, judge and jury, but as of right now, it's hard to be disappointed. I'm not really familiar with like who else Purdue, like maybe Purdue people were like wanted, might have been interested in, but I think this seems to be a pretty good choice.
Yeah. And I will say too, like I know a lot of people were upset kind of about his comments during the presser, but I'll just say this. There's no such thing as bad press. And there wasn't a school in the country that was talked more about today than Purdue University across the country. You had national writers, you had everybody talking. I'm just saying that doesn't happen a lot with Purdue, and especially in the middle of August. And everybody was talking about Boilermakers. That's all I'm saying.
I mean,
All I'm saying.
if that's what you want to do, man. If you That's what you want to do. You're talking about his presser, and I'll steer clear of that. But no, man, I just you're right. I mean, to a certain extent, like I mean, everyone's gonna be it in its own way. I think it draws some attention to Purdue in terms of like, okay, well, like if that's how you want to talk, well, like what's gonna happen? So directly, indirectly, there is, I think, a bit more. I guess there's probably more pressure, maybe more eyeballs on what happens. So hopefully, under his leadership, there's several championships that happen sooner rather than later. So I can
And
talk
I
my
am
shit.
known as a man to talk some shit, and so
I
talk your shit, Mr. AD.
I absolutely am a man. Yeah, I will make time for that. So I'm not worried about that.
But
Just do the winning
yeah,
first.
that's where it starts. It starts on the gridiron. Obviously we got to get that going. And we won't dive too much into football just yet. But they did kick off their first practice today, August the 6th, of fall camp. Not really too much to take away from the first day. Obviously, it's just kind of initial excitement because we're right there. Like we're less than a month away now. And so that's right around the corner. And we'll talk about it a whole lot more, obviously, as we get closer to kickoff in week one. But I think there's a certain level of excitement around the football program, which sounds weird to say for a team that's won 3 games in 2 years, but um, it seems to be trending in the right way. And I think kind of just this hire with the AD and stuff, that's just kind of some more momentum heading in here to the fall. And, I think really what his first order of business is just to make sure that Sterling gets a full-time gig here after this.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't get me fired, guys.
I heard that was priority number one.
That would have been great.
No, you're right though, man. Like there's like with football coming up, honestly, I thought you were gonna take the more optimistic approach and say that looking at football because they doubled their win total last year from the year before. But I guess you didn't want to do that. That's okay. But yeah, no, it is. I think there's a lot of I say for myself, like I guess I'm cautiously excited about this year, just from kind of some of the stuff that we've heard over the off season, from Odom and those around the program about like the guys that got in the transfer portal. Obviously, this is year two of Odom and his staff. So you're hoping again that there's some upward trajectory. You're hoping that at least maybe we double the win total again. I'm with it. But yeah, I know Ben, you and I were talking earlier this week. Like it's kind of crazy. Like we're in August and like there's football right around the corner. There's football right around the corner. So really excited for Sterling to finally attend the game. But yeah, man, football's back and yeah, hopefully that things are able to go well because I think, just kind of circling back to the AD piece, like when you talk about fundraising, like if your major sports, your football, your basketball programs, if those are doing well, that can make that effort of fundraising. It makes it a lot easier. And Purdue's been trying to find that right groove with football. I think for quite some time now, if we're being honest. So if this can be the start of something special and prolonged with Coach Odom, I know I'll be happy about it. Because I know we've only spoken about wins on this pod 3 times, and I think we'd like to do that a little bit more. So,
Please, please.
right.
But yeah, so we will have a lot more football talk kind of as we get closer to week one. We'll have some volleyball discussions as well here soon, and then here soon, man, hopes will be starting back up too. So we'll have a lot more fun stuff there as well. Want to again thank everybody for all their continued support and interactions on all the social media platforms. Really enjoyed it. But most importantly, boiler up.
Yes, sir.